Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the eufy Security. This is their SoloCam S340. Eufy did send me this product and they are sponsoring today's video, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product or you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. Take a look at the retail box and packaging. Everything looks great. They walk you through some key tech specs and features all throughout the box, giving us a nice brief overview of some of the key highlights that set this particular camera apart from the competition. So first up, what do we have? We have dual cameras with multi-dimensional protection. So we have clear, crisp, up to 3K resolution to really see what matters most, whether that's looking at the live view or playing back a recording. It also has 8 times smart zoom, which is really neat. They advertise being able to see a license plate up to 50 feet away. We're definitely gonna be trying that out in this video, so stay tuned for that. This also has 360-degree Guardian, giving us no blind spots. So we got that 360-degree pan and tilt. So whether we're checking on our kids playing in the yard, maybe our pet, want to see who's at the door, who's around the side of the house, check on deliveries, whatever it may be, this camera is going to have you covered. Next, this actually has built-in on-device AI, which is really cool to notify you if there's humans or vehicles, that sort of thing, built right in to this particular camera. With eufy, you're fee-free, so always remember that. There are no monthly fees. This actually has 8 gigabytes of built-in local storage, so you can store your footage directly to this camera. Did you notice the solar panel on the front? Really, really exciting. So this is going to give us forever power. It's got a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, only needs about 2 hours of sunlight to stay powered. So we got forever power with solar here, and that leads to our last point, which is wire-free installation. You can't go wrong with truly wireless security cameras installations. They're advertising less than 5 minutes to get this up and running. I believe that because there's no wires to connect, no power to source, no data or video lines or anything like that with this particular camera. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and see what's inside. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our quick start guide walking us through with helpful charts and diagrams how to properly set up and install and mount the camera. You'll also see as we progress through the guide, they have their customer service and contact information on the very back page for you to reach out, whether that's phone, email, or inquire about your warranty. This does come with a 12-month warranty. Next, you'll see we have our positioning sticker here to get the mount all set up properly. So with the sticker, we got our 3 screw holes there for us. Next, you'll see the mount right here in 2 pieces. We have some USB cables. One cable is going to be for our solar panel connecting into the camera itself to power everything. The other one's going to be to charge our camera up if you want to use like a wall outlet, things like that. Next, you'll see our mounting hardware right here. So this is the mounting kit for the solar panel. This one's going to be for the camera mount. Next, you'll see the solar panel right here. Be sure to remove this before use. Take a look at that panel. We even got a little mounting option there on the back side. If you want to use the included mount, you can thread that right in there. And you'll see USB Type-C cable. And then last but not least, we have the camera itself. Take a look at this. We've got the eufy Security logo and branding on both sides. Sync button on the back, USB Type-C port there. Here's how it's going to mount with the included stand right there. And then look at the camera itself. You'll notice 2 lenses right here. The first one's our 2K telephoto lens with 8x hybrid zoom. It's got a 1.6 aperture. And then our second lens right here, this is our 3K wide angle lens, 135-degree field of view, and also has a 1.6 aperture. You'll see some additional sensors here and lights. We need to remove that before use as well. Same with this plastic down on the bottom sensor right there. Now let's go ahead, let's charge everything up and get it set up. Before installation, I want to go ahead and set up the camera ahead of time. So we have the eufy Security app downloaded on our mobile device, free app that works with iOS and Android devices. Just sign in or create your account, and you'll be at a screen like this where you can view all of your current eufy Security devices if you have any. Currently, one of mine is offline. So we're going to select the plus icon, add a new device here, and pick and choose from the nice categories here to find your camera. In this case, it's going to be a battery camera, and they have all the makes and models listed right here. So it's the SoloCam S340. Pick and choose the home you want to add it to. Select next. Now, how do we want to connect it? To a HomeBase or to a router? We're going to do the router installation for those of you out there that don't have a HomeBase. You'll get the feel for it as we connect through router. So first you have to do, connect to your local Wi-Fi network. Make sure you're connected to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. Enter your password, then select next. Now we have to press the sync button for 2 seconds until you hear a beep and the LED is flashing blue. So we have the sync button right here. There's the beep and it's flashing blue for us. Sync button, flashing blue. Go ahead, select next. We will generate a QR code for you to scan with the camera. Select OK. About 8 inches away.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network. Please wait.
There we go. Heard 2 beeps. And now it's working on connecting to our Wi-Fi network. Setup was successful. Man, that took less than 10 seconds. Select next. Where do we want it? In this case, we'll just say that it's backyard for now. Select next, and then you have a couple settings here: optimal battery life, optimal surveillance, customized recording. We'll do optimal surveillance right now. Select next. Notifications, most efficient, full effect, include thumbnail. We want the thumbnail. And then our audio settings, microphone and audio recording, definitely. Look at that, we got the thumbnail already right there coming in. And now prompt to charge the battery. Select next. We have our mounting instructions here to get everything set up properly. How to mount it, make sure you have it positioned properly. So basically you'll want to be able to see the eufy Security logo and branding upright. That's how the camera is going to be mounted. So tips and tricks there. Next, solar guide. You can mount it actually on top of the camera if you want, which is great, or you can mount it elsewhere. It'll just depend on your environment. PIR sensor, how to get that all properly set up and ready to go. Very detailed installation guide here. You can follow it. And then we have our Wi-Fi right here in the live preview. That's pretty cool. I'm digging that. That looks great. Select next. We can turn on AI tracking, definitely. And then they actually have preset positions. So there's a lot you can configure during the setup process. We'll want to come back and do a lot of this once we actually have it mounted outside. We'll just select next. Firmware update. This is great while we're doing it indoors, just to make sure everything can connect properly. But now it's going to update its firmware. Wow, so in the time I was trying to go ahead and open up the back cover for the USB Type-C port, it updated successfully already. That didn't take 15 minutes. That took like 45 seconds. Select next. And now you'll see we have our device successfully added. Now let's go ahead and get it mounted. So let's rehash our installation. First thing you're going to do, identify where you want the camera to go. Place your sticker on that spot, and then you'll have your 3 holes to drill out right there. You got anchors if needed. You got 3 long screws. So you're going to fasten those screws in place right here on the bracket. So just like that, pretend this is where we wanted it. We're going to get our holes there all drilled out, put our anchors in if needed, and then take your screws, fasten it in place. So you'll come to the camera, and it's super simple. This just clips right on. There we go. We now have our camera successfully installed. Easy peasy. Love that clip. That's great, great, great. And then for the solar panel, you have a couple different mounting options. So with this mount, you can go ahead, mark out the 2 holes for screws right there, you know, and fix it where you want. So attach your screws, put this back on, twist in place, fasten to the back of your solar panel, and now you have it mounted. Just make sure it's close enough with the included cable to connect to the camera. But you may have noticed, maybe not, There's screw holes up here, and we have 2 small screws in the bag that are included that we can actually attach this directly to the top of the camera. So you would just line it up with the holes like that, put the screws in place, you know, follow everything else the same way. Put those back on, and then you would just twist this. So that'll be mounted there, and then boom, fasten the solar panel in place, and now you can have it mounted directly on top of the camera, and then just adjust it to the correct angle to face the sun for optimal positioning. So that's it. Now let's snap our fingers and let's get this installed. Camera's been installed. I put it on the mailbox so we could see if we could catch any pets pooping in the yard, in the front yard. So look at that. Super small, compact, great form factor. Solar panel up at the top, mounted directly to the camera, pointed at the sun for best exposure. 3 screws in the back right there, very easy to install those, then clip this right in. Look at that. And taking a look at the other side, you'll see the integrated USB Type-C cable directly into the solar panel. We did not have to use the included extension. Perfectly designed to plug right in without any extra hanging down. It's got a built-in seal on it too, so everything's fully weatherproof still if you want to go that route. Look at that. Awesome. With the camera being installed, let's take a deep dive now into the app to really check out all of its key features. Here's our device list so we can see a thumbnail from the camera. It's actually got me captured in it when I was recording some content earlier. That'll update periodically for you. You can always refresh it too if you want. So there's the latest update with the car driving by. That's a pretty sweet Mustang. I mean, look at the level of detail even from the thumbnail captured right there. So we got some icons at the bottom letting us know that it's charging, Wi-Fi indicator. You'll see this box with the 2. That's going to be any of your current alerts you haven't seen, any events it's captured with a nice breakdown, vehicle or human detection. So it's that smart, and then you can watch those clips back right there in the events section. Those 3 dots allow us to snooze the camera or go into our device settings where we can turn the camera on or off. You'll see it's currently charging again. First up in this nice tile layout, you'll notice a HomeBase connection option. If you want to pair this with your HomeBase 3, you can do that to expand your local storage capacity. Allow it to continue to unlock more footage and features for your household. So that's pretty sweet. Highly recommend going that route if you can. You can learn more about it in the top right-hand corner with that little question mark icon. Next, we have our motion detection settings. We can turn that on or off. We can set an activity zone. So here's a look at that preview, and then we could add a zone, and you can add multiple zones. So 2 zones, like we could do sidewalk and we could do street, and then basically you just drag and drop those, right? How you would want it. So you can really build that out right there, which is cool. I like to just have everything set up. Then you'll see detection type. Do you want humans, vehicles, or all motion? What sensitivity do you want? I prefer higher than lower. AI tracking. This is great, so it can automatically pivot and follow the movement. Limited to humans and vehicles. I like this, but if a vehicle is driving by, like in our position, it's not going to be fast enough to catch it in frame as it's driving by. And then for people too, it does a lot better as they're walking, but I'd like to see that speed even be enhanced for the motors to really, you know, try to track and keep with everybody. Then we have a motion test mode and then tips for installation if you need any help right there. Next, our power manager. Currently, you'll see 100% in charging, days working, detected events, recorded events. And you have the breakdown again of how you want it to work. Which power setting do you prefer? Optimal battery life or customized recording? Here's the solar dashboard here. So cool that we can see that. So that'll continue to populate with data for us. And then power source, battery, external solar panel, Got those down there at the bottom. Let's take a second to dive a little bit deeper into eufy's Solar Plus technology. This solar tech boasts an impressive 25% photovoltaic conversion efficiency, requiring only 2,500 lux to charge, which is 75% less than conventional systems. Even with partial obstructions, it maintains 60% charging capacity, proving its efficacy in generating solar power even under 50% obstruction. So whether in snowy or rainy seasons, partial cover, or pesky shadows, eufy's obstructed charging feature with real-time optimization ensures efficient energy absorption from all lighting conditions. Next, preset positions, so we can set different positions for the camera. I did that at night, but basically you can just pick and choose the position for it to go to. That's going to be 3x zoom. In case a car drives by there, maybe we can capture the license plate. Then we can also rotate it all the way around. Ta-da! And you can get that full view there. And then back to our default. So really easily, you can go to those preset positions that you set yourself. Or if you want, again, you can just pan tilt like usual. But we got preset positions there. Here's our pan and tilt settings. So AI tracking. And then here's the speed. So as I mentioned earlier, I want even faster speeds to be able to try to track better with cars or people walking by. So kind of up to you how you want to configure that. For me personally, I want the fastest speed possible to make sure that it's going to try to keep everything in frame. And you can calibrate that right there. And then we have our spotlight settings. You can turn the light on or off and adjust the brightness all the way up to 100. Moving right along, video settings, you can turn the timestamp and logo on or off. View mode, so I have dual view enabled. I think this is really cool. Basically, it shows you the view from both of the camera lenses, the wide angle and the telephoto. But if you want to do single view, you can. Streaming quality, auto 3K full HD or HD. That'll depend on your network speed and how far away it is from like your router or access point. Recording quality, 3K, 1080p, or 720p. Definitely want the highest recording quality possible. Night vision settings, black and white, color night vision are off. Privacy zones down at the bottom. If you want to add those, you can block certain areas to preserve privacy. So you can add basically little boxes. Maybe you got an address, license plate, things like that. Audio settings, do you want the mic on or off? Do you want to record audio? Do you want the speaker on or off? And what volume for the speaker? Notification settings, what do you want? You can adjust all those there. General settings, so you can adjust your network, the name, all of that. Let's look at the storage really quick. You'll see the built-in local storage, 7.1 gigabytes total. We've used 260 megabytes. We can format that right there. Mounting guide, we can learn more about the device. We can share this device with friends or family. You can offer feedback, you can restart the device, and you can remove the device. So that's a look at all of our device settings. Now let's actually go into the device and its live view. Here's a look at our live view. You'll notice the settings gear icon in the top right-hand corner. We already looked at all the settings. Next to that, though, we have an alarm, so we can trigger a sound, a light, or a light and a sound. Then you'll see our live view. We can pinch to zoom in. And again, we have both cameras displaying right now. And then down at the bottom, you'll see we have our streaming quality. We can adjust that. We can rotate this if we want to have a portrait or horizontal view. Then we can start recording. So here's a quick video we're capturing right from the live view to our phone. Then it will save it to your device. We can listen in, we can talk, we can press and talk. We can do pan and tilt right here if we want to manually drive it around. Look at that, it's trying to track it. That's so cool. Then we can turn the light on or off. We can take a screenshot right there if you want to capture any photos from the live view. Quick access to night vision. AI tracking, we can turn that on or off. Here's our presets again. And then we have 360-degree round look. So we can activate that. I like that better than just manually doing it myself. So take a look at this all the way to the post. And then 360 degrees back to the post. So it won't endlessly spin around and around, but you will see 360 degrees. So super responsive app. A lot of features right at your fingertips, and then you can deep dive into the settings. So everything works great, really nice, responsive, and look at that image quality. It looks so good. And keep in mind, you'll be limited to the quality of your network bandwidth and connection. So you may see better or worse results than we're getting here. Same with recording if you're recording from the live view, but don't forget we have that 3K recording on the device itself. But yeah, that's a quick look at it during the day. Now let's test out a couple of its key features.
Here's your raw audio quality as we're talking through the app, through the camera. You can get a feel for the built-in speaker quality as we're testing out the raw audio coming out of the camera. This is what you can expect. And again, this is only at volume 80, so you can go a little bit up from here or you can turn it down.
And just for fun, I know it's light outside, but let's go ahead. Let's toggle that light on, light off, light on, light off. And let's go ahead. Let's sound the alarm. So now the alarm should be going off right now. The alarm's triggering. Blinking the light. Got the alarm going. We can turn the alarm back off. Now, as promised, I went ahead, I put a license plate 50 feet away. We're gonna zoom in and see if we can tell. So there it is. Oh, it's so close to being able to read the digits. I can't though. I can see it. Give the quality a little bit of time. We can try to snap our screenshot. Close, but just not there. I think if we could do the 3x and have it be able to go high enough to see that in the frame, we might stand a chance to see it right there. If we go 1x though, I mean, it's really detailed. And even right there, it does not look bad. I feel like it could almost make out the digits. But we are going off live streaming in that bit rate. And we just can't take it any further to see it in more detail. And now we're looking at that photo that I took. And if we pinch to zoom in, oh, it's close. But we just lose too much detail at the end there from the app. Bringing it closer into that 25, 30 foot range, gonna give us much better detail. So watch as we zoom in. You can almost read it out right there. Maybe to a really keen eye, you might be able to read what that says. But watch now as we enable the telephoto. Look at the detail there. We can read it spot on. So pretty incredible detail there. I'd say, again, that 30-foot range, give or take a little bit. And I think you might even see better results if your camera's mounted even higher up. So when you're going to do this, it's going to be further down range and field of view. But very detailed, clear, and crisp. You got the ultra-wide as well as the telephoto to help preserve the details like you're seeing right there. Now let's look at some daytime sample footage. Here's some daytime sample footage. Get a feel for the quality of the audio and the video and the detail that's preserved. Here's a mobile app, sample quality, again, to get a feel for what it's like to see footage recorded on your phone. Your results will vary depending on your network speed and configuration. But this helps you put it in perspective for what you can expect.
Yeah, I know. I put it in there. I isolate it. With that.
The sun is now set. It's dark outside. Let's go back into the live view of the camera and see how good the night vision and image quality is. So here we are. We're in that live view right now. You'll see at the bottom we have our light option and our night vision option here. So we can toggle between black and white and color night vision. Here's the color night vision. Look at that. Incredible. So cool. I kept the license plate up to see if we could see the detail. It is reflective though, so we can see where it is and it's glowing, but we're not able to actually see it. But let's try with the 3X. Let's move over. Same thing. It's going to reflect off the light and the sensors from the camera, so we're not able to see the detail there. But pretty cool nonetheless. So that's the color night vision. Everything's very detailed. Looks great. We can just do the full 360 look with the color night vision. Got the outdoor permanent lights on. Those look nice. We'll have it look all the way around. All right, now let's go ahead. Let's take a look with our black and white night vision. Both are solid options. 1X or 3X on the license plate, going to be reflective either way. Let's do our 360 look around. And now let's go ahead, let's have some fun here. We're going to turn it off. I mean, that's really good. That's really good. And then we can turn the light on. That's going to help. Man, not bad at all. Hey, look at that. We can even almost see the details of the license plate. Once the light comes on, though, no go. But look at that! We can see it even in the dark. Guys, it's dark outside. That's amazing. So without the light, we're able to see it. So cool. All right, that's no night vision. And then here's the color night vision. That's going to turn the light on, and that's what we see there. But that sensor's really, really good, that we can see in the dark, in color, even without the light. So, going to be one of the most impressive features of this camera. And that's very typical of the eufy Security product line. When you get that color night vision, it's really remarkable, the detail that it's able to preserve. So with or without the light, you can turn it on or off manually within the app right here. And then we can toggle between our 3 different night vision settings, black and white, color, or no night vision, which is still going to be a nice color in the dark. Here's your black and white sample night vision footage right here. We'll move closer, further away. Get a feel for that quality in the dark. Here's a black and white night vision sample. Get a feel for the quality. And here's a sample of the color night vision with the light illuminated on the camera. It's very visible. It's a nice bright light. This is what you can expect in regards to the quality here. And then we'll walk further back so you can get a feel for how everything's going to look. And here's a color night vision sample with the light turned on. Very bright. Everything's being recorded on our phone. Quit following me. Now we have night vision turned off. Take a look at the quality here without night vision or any lights on. Here's a no night vision phone recording sample. All right, so take a look at how bright that light is on the camera. Really nice. This is how that color night vision looks so good. Nice bright light. Now let me activate the alarm and light. There's a lot to love about the SoloCam S340. Let me share with you my final thoughts. Here's what you need to know. Let's talk about the pros and some of the cons and things I want to see improved in the future. First up, here's what you're going to love. Installation is a breeze, super simple and straightforward. It's solar powered, so as long as you got some good positioning to the sky and the sun, you will not have to have any extra wires, which goes back to the first point of making installation very simple and straightforward. Next, the two lens design. I love this two lens design with the ultra wide as well as having that telephoto lens to give us that better detail as we're zooming in on license plates, vehicles, people, pets, you name it. Also, we got that AI processing that's great to filter through your events really quickly to find exactly what you're looking for. Can't forget about no fees. With eufy, you're fee free. So love having no fees. And we can't forget about the pan and tilt functionality with this camera. It really covers everywhere because of that, so really pleased with that overall. Now, what are some of the cons and things I want to see improve with this camera in future models? The first thing is going to be faster tracking, however you want to call that, but basically the ability for it to move and track with objects in frame a lot faster than it's currently capable of doing. So I want faster pan and tilt motor speed so it's able to really go, especially with things like cars driving by in your street. That's where you're going to notice it's going to lag behind. Not so much with people like on a leisure walk or stroll or things like that, but I want to see even faster responsiveness within the pan and tilt functionality. Also, along those same lines, I want earlier recording. So I'm not sure how that can be done or achieved, but I want motion to trigger events and recording even faster than the fastest setting that you can enable within the app. So you can truly get something in frame for as long as it's truly in the frame, not like halfway through or a quarter of the way through. You want to get that early on to see the most of whatever event is going on. Lastly, I'd still like to see improved recording quality, both locally as well as over your phone. When you're doing the phone recordings, you will live or die based off of your Wi-Fi network speeds, how far it is from your router, your access point, things like that. So make sure you've beefed up your Wi-Fi system if you have this out of the house like I did, pretty far away and a couple floors away from the router. Make sure you get some good access points, things like that, so you can get the most out of wanting to record or photograph from your phone. It's better on the device with that higher 3K resolution and such, but even then, I still think there's room for improvements.